Okay, nobody's probably here. That's okay. I thought I'd just do a quick live stream. I'm back. I have to thank the fact checkers for flagging that video I posted from that was from yeah, now I'm gonna forget his name. Jesus. Anyway, the video I put out. It's just like Max Egan a couple weeks ago. It was a good red pill video for the world. I showed it to a couple of people, and they were like, "Holy crap!" Because he did a really good job. Whoever put it together, I think he maybe put it together with other people. This is for one of the Australia lockdown protests that he did. So I got my channel got flagged, and I wasn't able to post anything for 2 weeks now. So I guess I've just made it past that. But I really have to thank the fact checkers out there because it allowed me to focus on my other channel, High Fire Awakening, which I think was just needed. I don't believe in coincidences and things like that. So hey, welcome everybody. I can't see your comments, and the internet is super crappy. I'm just like walking outside, and the wireless sometimes has issues. So if I drop out, I apologize. I'll do a more proper video later. But I just thought I'd say a few things. Yeah, initially when I got that video taken down, I got a community strike. I was like, what the fuck? It pissed me off for like 60 seconds. But then I was like, you know what? It's no big deal. I meant to do something else. That's why I focus on my other channel. And, you think about it, the fact checkers, they piss a lot of people off. A lot of people have been deplatformed, censored, had videos taken down, had their channels just ripped apart. But the bottom line is it's allowed millions of people to wake up to the fact that there is mass censorship, and that causes people to become curious and open their eyes. And it's pretty crazy. This video, I'll be careful about what I say. I'm going to mention a few things about the stab in the arm. So I'll be careful because I'm sure there are fact checkers out there watching. I love you, fact checkers. But I just came across this clip, actually. It was a video interview with Dr. Judy Mikovits. And she was one of the doctors, one of the experts early on in 2020 who got deplatformed and censored heavily. And I think she had pretty big professional repercussions for coming out and speaking out against, what was in the shot. I just saw a clip of her, and she was being interviewed by a guy who's been doing videos for a long time, Alex Jones. He was one of the first guys I listened to years ago, and I stopped listening to him many years ago, but a lot of the stuff he talked about came true. So man, I think he's, not that it's a good thing, but he and people like him, I'm sure, are just almost, I don't know, probably not happy, but they're being vindicated with a lot of the stuff they talk about. But I saw this on Twitter, somebody posted clips. I'm not sure when this interview took place. But anyway, Dr. Mikovits was saying, they were talking about the people who, many people who had gotten the jab, like it caused serious issues with cancer cells. And I've seen comments in a thread on Twitter where this is posted, where people know many people, like their family, who decided to get the shot, and they just had things go crazy, and just nobody wants to find out they've got cancer. Anyway, it's when you combine this with all the other crap that's out there. I saw another video interview, I forget who it was because it was like a week ago, I think, that I saw this, where somebody had done, I think it was on the Health Rangers videos, one of his natural news. You'll find him on BitChute. I think it was one of the videos I was watching from him. One of the doctors, one of the virologists, epidemiologists, whatever it is, that he was interviewing, had studied the contents of what was in the shot, in the syringe, in the vial, under several different types of microscopes, and he found in there just a lot of toxic metal stuff that you don't want in your body. Obviously, there's the graphene stuff that people have talked about, but in addition to that, there were a number of other metals that he found, and at least in one instance, they found a parasite that is known to be lethal to humans. So this, I mean, So obviously, I'm not opening up vials. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an epidemiologist. I'm not blah 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 blah. But if that stuff is true, this is like massive, massive, just complete evil. And I've heard a lot of other things that people are saying that if they're true, it's just going to be potentially horrendous for humanity. I mean, I just ballpark some numbers. Somebody was saying that it's hard to tell. Like, we get lied to, from the government and the media all the time. So it's hard to tell the total percentage of, say, world population that has gotten the jab. Maybe it's around 30%, might be as high as 50 or 60, but for low estimates, let's just say 30%. Okay. And then if some people are saying that there's a good percentage chance that a significant number of people who have taken that are not going to make it in the next 12 to 24 months and might not even take that long. I hope that isn't true. I seriously hope that isn't true, because that would be horrendous. If you run the numbers, let's say we have 30% of the world population that has, been jabbed, and let's say half of those have serious problems in the next year or two. That's 15% of the world population. And somebody's going to be like, you don't know the world population. I think it's like 8 billion. It's either 4 billion or 8 billion or somewhere in there. I don't know. Google that. But if let's just say it's 8 billion, so 15% is like 1/7. I don't know. That's close to like a billion people. So somewhere between half a billion and a billion people could have issues. That is, if that's true, if that were to happen, that's massive. That's a massive culling of the world population. You can't call that anything other than genocide, and that's pure fucking evil. If you are somebody who has taken it and you're like, oh shit, then go look on BitChute. And there are a number of people that have videos out there with content that describes things that can help. With that might help. I don't know. I would try it. But anyways, it's super messed up if we have something like that as a reality for what might be happening on the ground. I don't know. It's totally messed up, folks. I just feel like and several people, I know people on this channel, they watch many other channels. You probably watch a lot of other channels, some of you the same ones that I do. And there are a lot of people that are saying, if you listen to people like Penny Kelly or Cliff High or, different people, their opinion of where we're going in the next couple of months, even just like the next 2 months, we could see the kickoff of just major changes, and as in disruptive crumblings of society around us. I don't know if that's going to happen. Who knows? I mean, part of me doesn't want that to happen, but then part of me is like, we need to get rid of a lot of the stuff that we have set up for government, for systems all around the world, because it seems like there's complete corruption all over the place. And sometimes the easiest way to start over is just to destroy, the structures and the systems that are in place, or at least cripple them, or let them crumble. I mean, I think Cliff High and maybe Penny Kelly were saying, that they're expecting, an event to happen where we see potentially a huge loss of confidence in government, which it's about damn time that happened. We need, obviously, too many people just trust the government way too much. Too many people trust the mainstream media. So we need, in order to really do a cleanup in this world, we need to have those systems be completely, yeah, I guess, reinstituted, as in take them down and then just rebuild whatever it is that is actually useful. And most people immediately go to the concept of, well, we'll wait till the next election, we'll vote somebody else in, or somebody's no good, let's get rid of them, impeach them or ask them to resign. It's like, that doesn't change the system. And the problem is the system of government, the system of banking, of finance, of the media. It's all corrupt, and changing an owner of a corporation, changing an actor who's in a position of power or in a particular office isn't going to change the system, even if you get somebody who is truly good in there, they are locked into a system that is extremely corrupt. So I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't change the whole system unless you have a whole bunch of people, and then to change it, you really need to like wipe it out. You need to start over again. So who knows? And it's just it would be wise if you're not already, just to have like some basic preparation, some basic preps. That means some emergency cash at home. That means some shelf stable foods, shelf stable like water, store some food. Just get some things that you know you need, you use, your family uses, your family needs on a regular basis. Get a little bit of a buffer for yourself, because who knows what the hell's going to happen. This whole world just seems to be falling into like, Nazi style, just ridiculousness. I mean, on the one hand, it's hilarious to see the stuff that's happening out there right now. On the other hand, it's extremely depressing and concerning, because it could get far worse. And if things don't change for the better at a massive scale, we're going to be in a pretty tough spot. But let's say something does happen, something really good does happen, as in like, the systems kind of fall, the house of cards just deflates. We're going to go through a really challenging period for quite a while. I mean, it would take months, maybe even years, to get back to a better place. And there's going to be huge disruptions to society if that happens. But I don't know. I mean, if we don't have something like that happen, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. I feel like that's almost the best thing for us, is to just have a complete collapse in confidence and a collapse in, I guess, the operation and the structures that are out there in terms of government and media and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see. But changes like that, those are like revolutionary type changes, not in terms of like people, getting their pitchforks out, not that type of revolution, but a revolution in terms of like how we operate as a society, as a human civilization. And those things are pretty disruptive, and they can just upend lives and cause a lot of pain and turmoil for a long time. And there's no way to really escape that. None of us can escape that if that is what it ends up coming our way. And there's no guarantee that something like that will, and I certainly hope it doesn't. I wish that we could just have a switch that gets flipped, and things are just made better, like by some kind of miracle. And I certainly hope we have something like that coming to help us, because man, we need it for sure. But at the end of the day, we have to deal with what we have on the ground here, and right now it's just us. And something's got to happen, because if we don't have a major change and things keep going the way they seem they're going, it's not going to be good for any of us. So you just want to make sure you've got something to give yourself a buffer. You can never protect yourself against something that might come your way that's out of the blue, because you never know exactly what's going to happen. And it's pointless to waste your life away being in a state of fear over like horrible things like Mad Max scenarios. But things happen all the time that cause turmoil. They don't happen all that frequently for everybody, but there are enough things in life that cause turmoil, and it's wise for everyone to keep their eyes open, keep their listen to what's going on, to watch what's going on, and just have a buffer for themselves and their families, and just try to shore yourself up as best you can financially. And I know it's not easy to do for a lot of people, but just do the best you can. And who knows what's going to happen. We could have economies fail. We could have a currency crisis in the US or elsewhere or worldwide. Who knows what's going to happen. There are a lot of things that people have talked about. And, until something happens, there's still plenty to worry about. There's this growing desire by a good percentage of the population for this like very communistic style, authoritarian, totalitarian governance that people seem to just want. There's so many people that have just been brainwashed by the system, by the media, by the government, and the so-called experts. They've been brainwashed, and they're like the warriors of crazy out there. I'll look at when somebody posts something like on social media, like you know, oh, this city or this town or this state or this region is going to require that all bus drivers, for example, you know, get the jab or they're going to lose their job. And then so many people, I'll see so many comments from people that are like, you should have to do that. It's for the public safety. And it's like, you guys are brainwashed. Brainwashed, not only just like brainwashed slaves, but you're part of the machine that enslaves other people and just helps bring our society down. And there's nothing you can really do for these people that are really just so crazy about stuff. But anyway, that's where we're at. I'll do a video, maybe, I don't know if I'll do one today, but maybe tomorrow or maybe Sunday. Anyway, I just thought I'd get this out, but check it out. I don't even know where the link is. I'll have to find it. It's one of the one I was talking about, Judy Mikovits. Search on BitChute. I know Alex, he's got his band.video channel where he'll post his content. You can probably find it there. Again, I don't know when this was, when that interview was done, but the fact that there might be some kind of correlation with cancer and just either brand new cancers that are appearing that somebody's getting, or like you know, a slow moving cancer all of a sudden taking off and just skyrocketing, really taking off after somebody gets a shot. That's pretty alarming, on top of everything else that people are saying about, you know, the dangers of what's in there. And there's a massive percentage of people that have no idea, a massive percentage of people that do not, you know, they're so, I've never seen such an effective marketing campaign, because they just have like, they're all these like, this is like a marketer's dream. Like, if I were to come out with a product or something, if I could get people on the ground to become the marketers and like my ground force, that would be like a dream come true. And that's what has happened, you know, for these governments and the pharmaceutical companies. It's like a dream come true, and they're making money hand over fist. And I don't know, it's super disappointing to see that this has happened, but I don't know what the future holds. I'm concerned for humanity, because there's such a large percentage of people that have, you know, decided to get the shot. And now it's just, it pisses me off so much when they're going after kids. Like, this is something I will never forget, and it's something that cannot be forgiven. These psychopaths want to go after our kids, you know, to get them on board with this thing. It's fucking sick. There's a special place in hell, and I'm gonna sign up on the other side of this life to like torment these motherfuckers who do this shit. But we should not be doing that kind of stuff to kids, especially. If adults want to make their own decisions, that's fine. I have a huge issue with this bullshit that we see in Australia and other countries, and it's going to come around the world, folks. It's going to come to, you know, wherever we might be. It's going to come in one way or another, where the you know, forced jabs, forced stuff. They're gonna come down with this stuff. And I saw one case. It was reversed, thankfully, but somebody in the US, I think it was Michigan or someplace, a judge basically removed custody from a mother for her kid because the mom wasn't vaccinated. That's fucked up. But that kind of stuff, I'm glad it was reversed. But the fact that it ever even happened, the fact that probably the father tried to make that happen, and the fact that the judge initially agreed to it is messed up. And this is, do not be surprised if in the US or wherever you are, if we get to a point, you know, in the next, I wouldn't be surprised to see this in the next coming months, if the schools start to say, your kid needs to get the jab, otherwise, you know, otherwise they're going to report it to like Child Protective Services, and maybe there'll be pressure for them to take your kids away from you. It's messed up. Like, if that happens, you really need to like pull your kids out of public schools. You really need to just don't let your kids get into that kind of mess. but it's, you know, it's a tough decision, but you just gotta do what you gotta do. So anyway, that's it for today. And thank you everybody for joining. You will see me again unless I get another strike, and then I'll be out for 2 weeks, so the channel might be gone forever. But anyway, you'll find me somewhere. Just look for my name. If this channel doesn't appear anymore, if it disappears, if it you know, you don't see content from me, just search for me by name. I've got another channel called Sending Lions with Ethan. It's got about 100, 200 maybe subscribers on it. It's one of the channels I set up. I posted two or three videos there last week after this channel got a strike on it. But I just wanted to say thank you again to the fact checkers out there. You gave me a little bit more time to work on that High Fire Awakening channel, and I don't know, you've helped awaken millions of people all around the world, so thank you very much, fact checkers. And to the rest of you, I'll see you guys later. And everything you do, good luck, God bless, Godspeed.